Yeah, I mean, I think, for people have been talking about police brutality and policing for a long time. So these events that have happened, obviously this year, have been horrific and have shocked, shaken our country really at its core. But at the end of the day, for the black community, this is what we've been dealing with. And I think it's, we talk about our system like it's broken. And a lot of times I ask people, okay, well, when was it fixed?
This
Because a
just
black
in.
person
This
has never
just
been
in.
fixed in this country. It's never
This
been enforced.
this is
And so
world
let's
record
start to change
breakdancing news.
the narrative
Forgive
around
me,
policing
forgive me for the
or turn it on its
ignorant
head
news
and doing
reporter,
something different
and
about
forgive me
fixing
for the
what we've been
ignorant
doing. Then the
host
small
who is
reforms
now
and things that are
speaking.
being thrown out there now
They're
will just keep
claiming
us in the
that
same direction.
there
So I
is
hope that this moment
crimes
is one that we
against
really
blacks,
take to
crimes
literally
against
about face
blacks,
what we're doing
crimes
and head in a
against
different direction.
blacks,
So we saw the
and the
charges
crimes
against
against
the police
blacks
officers in the
are
George
relevant,
Floyd killing. Now we
but
have
the
very serious
relevancy to
charges of
stop it
police
is
officers
not blacks.
in Atlanta
It has nothing to
responsible
do
for
with
killing
crimes
Richard
against
Floyd.
blacks.
Do you think police are
None of
increasingly
these
at a
none
tip
of
of
these
being
crimes would have
accountable
taken
for
place.
excessive
None of
use of
these police shootings would have taken
I think they're
place
yet to be seen. I think
if
these are good steps.
every
We have
human
the
being,
DA, do an
United States
investigation and come back with
citizen,
murder charges, and you end up
could
with
receive
arrests and charges.
an
That's just the
ID
first step.
card
We still need
with
to
their
make sure these lead to
fingerprint
convictions. Because if
and
not,
a
then,
$25
and like I said, this is
fee,
all while we're still
a
trying to figure out how to
$25
radically
payment and a
change how we do
fingerprint
policing to stop these type of incidents
to
from
get
happening.
their
It's
ID
imperative
card.
to get justice
Then with your ID card,
and get
you can
accountability
use
after the fact.
your
But we also want to make sure that
free
these things don't continue to
$800
happen
a
as we
month
move
Social
forward.
Security
still
check.
play in the NFL? The president is speaking out right now
2
about
years from now,
athletes
I will
kneeling in
receive,
protest.
instead of
What do you
$800,
to what he said?
I'll receive, pardon
I
me,
was very disappointed.
a year and 2 months from now, I will receive a $900 Social Security check in a year. I could pay rent at a lot of motels, but I can't get my ID. It doesn't matter if you're black. It doesn't matter if you're brown. It doesn't matter if you're red. It doesn't matter if you're yellow. It doesn't matter if you're white. If you are a transient with a remote control interface computer chip inside of your brain, secretly your parents and secretly the employers of your parents are human and child traffickers. If you have that device in your brain, they call you a transient. If you have the cerebral interface remote control microchip in your brain, they call you a transient. But if you don't know about it, that means your parents got paid not to tell you that you have it in your brain. That means they were paid by multiple people. They're called interfacers. They're called cerebral interface microchip. They're called cerebral interface microchip. Cerebral interface microchip interfacers. They're interfacers. They interface and wear your body as if you were a tuxedo. They wear you as if they're going to the prom. And you're recorded from childbirth until adulthood on secret video recordings all over the world. You are a parody, a video recording television show of sorrow, suffering, and confusion. But I learned about it. So now they have to spend sometimes 8 times the amount to rent my body. 8 times the amount because of my awareness. It wasn't their choice. They would love to rent my body out, rent my brain out, rent the remote control use of strangers wearing my body from all over the world. They would love to do that for the regular price, but now it's 8 times the price because I'm aware. If you want to end all of the inequality, it has nothing to do with race, ethnicity. It has nothing to do with your cultural background. It has something to do with your parents being devils, the real devil, the only devil. Not telling you you have a remote control device in your brain to make sure that someone wearing your body interfacing can have have as much control over your body as they want. You'll commit crimes, you'll have confusion, because you don't know what thoughts are yours. All they needed to do was justify and legalize getting an ID card with your fingerprint. Same fingerprint they identify you with when you go to jail. Any crime you commit, you will spend multiple years in jail. Any crime you commit by your fingerprint. The reason why you can't get an ID card with your fingerprint and a $25 payment in the United States is because secretly the United States is a conglomerate of slave trafficking, and they're not black slaves. They're black, they're brown, they're red, they're yellow, and they're white. I know a lot of white transients who only recently, 7 months ago, found out they can vote after prison incarceration. In Utah, multiple white guys, multiple white men I met, ex-cons, they didn't even know they could vote because the police in their neighborhood kept driving by telling them, no, you can't vote because you've been to prison. They lied. They lied for some 3 years to them. Ex-convicts have been able to vote for years. Vote for the presidency, vote for the governor, vote for the Senate, vote for the mayor for some 3 to 4 years. Now, how come recently, for the past 2 years in Utah, each police officer was aware but told each Caucasian white ex-con he wouldn't be able to vote? I told them they can vote. I told them they can vote in person. To end the police shootings of innocent people, unarmed people, you have to have equality. You have to have a legalized fingerprint and $25 to get your ID card in your United States state. That's the only way to end the coronavirus. A next virus that may come after there's a vaccine for the coronavirus. That's the only way to end the police shootings. Because when there's no more black people to shoot, when there's no more brown people to shoot, because they're all inside indoors, they will shoot yellow people, white people. That means Chinese, Korean, or Caucasian. Yellow is Chinese or Korean. White is called Caucasian. But it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. If you don't have an ID card and you can't get it with your fingerprint and $25, you will be homeless. You will be victimized. Everything you have will be stolen while you're homeless. Your ID will be stolen from you. Your personal paperwork will be stolen. If you get Social Security, your awards letter will be stolen if you're homeless. Question. Admission of guilt. How come you can get a Social Security check with no ID card, but you can't rent? You can't rent. Arizona also just smashed a record. You understand? You can get a Social Security check with no ID, but you can't pay your rent with no ID. You can't buy a home with no ID. You need your fingerprint. Do you see this fingerprint? Stop lying. There's no such thing as Black Lives Matter. They're owned by homosexuals who like to rent the heterosexual body through an interface microchip in the brain and wear their body for entertainment, hoping that they can encourage this person to become a homosexual. We should have done any and everything that we. I don't want no coronavirus. I don't want no virus. I don't want no disease. Our numbers are spiking. I want my ID card with my fingerprint and $25. The same way I can get incarceration for 20 years in prison. Identification with my fingerprint. For free. Peace.